We're here with Aaron Davis, and he was at the stadium when this terrorist attack broke out. And let's just hear basically what happened to you that night.
We buzzed in. We're about 10 minutes late. We go in through gate U, I believe. So we're 12 minutes late. Have to say that we stopped and grabbed a beer on the way in before we sat in our seats. Taking pictures. Game's going well. Beautiful. Everybody's got French flags on the seats, so everybody's waving them. And maybe 30 seconds to a minute after sitting in our seats, we hear the first explosion.
Really? What does it sound like?
It sounded like a loud bomb, quite honestly.
Because in movies, it goes...
It was more of a pop. Yeah, it's not a long, extended, it's a pop.
So did you know it was a bomb?
We figured it was, but then they kept playing. Nothing was said in the stadium. As soon as the game ended, over the loudspeakers, I don't speak French, but my Brazilian friend, she speaks perfect French. There's an announcement, you must leave out of the south and the west gates of the stadium. There's been an incident. That was like, to put it mildly, there's been an incident. Please, if all fans could make their way to South Gate, West Gate. And I'm taking pictures, I'm taking video, and all of a sudden I'm sort of panning the crowd, and like out of 4 or 5 of the gates, everybody starts panicking and in a run, running back into the stadium. At that point, we were scared.
What sent them back? What sent them back?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, to this day, I don't know. I think there was a scare.
I can't remember. Did the suicide bombers kill anyone?
As far as I know, at the stadium, they killed one gate agent. And I think they maimed 1 or 2 other people.
So they realized they weren't getting in and thought, well, we have to set these off.
Actually, as it turns out, I think the story I've heard is they discovered him. They sort of didn't let him in, and he ran, which I guess if I'm about to blow myself up, my reasoning isn't necessarily all that clear. Right. And so he ran away from everybody and then detonated himself. So sort of took himself out of a huge danger zone.
So do you think he was doing that to save lives?
No, not at all. I think, as I sort of hinted to, like, I don't think you're thinking many things if you're just about to blow yourself up. So,
because I've noticed talking to people here, the general sentiment seems to be amongst both Muslims and Catholics. This is not a Muslim act. This is a terrorist act, and it would be very wrong to conflate the two. Is that the feeling you have?
Yeah, I mean, the people are definitely terrorists.
And because when I talk to people, that when I get involved with blame, they tend to go quickly to America, to Israel, to foreign policy, but Allah doesn't really come up, or the Quran.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily know much about the Quran, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that obviously there's plenty of Muslims out there that don't want to blow themselves up or other people up. Just like there's not a lot of Christians out there that want to blow people up. Timothy McVeigh was Christian and whatever. I don't think it's a Muslim thing. I think it stems from events that involve Muslim communities and disassociation with a new adopted society potentially, but that could possibly have come about in any culture, perhaps.
Well, if you look at the numbers of attacks on Earth in the past 15 years, there's been a disproportionate number linked to Islam. But Paris seems determined to break that link.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily have an agenda either way. I know that those guys, anyone, by definition, who did what they did are psychotic, are not rational, and in my opinion, not human.
Well, I'm annoyed that this didn't make people more angry, and it made them they're just like it's business as usual here. And in that sense, the attack failed. The attack worked on me because I'm mad, and that's what they were going for. But it seems amongst Parisians, there doesn't seem to be any rage. They're not changing their behavior. So in that sense, it failed.